MrBeast's Amazon show, Beast Games, was one of the most challenging experiences of my life. But getting on the show is actually pretty easy if you know just a few simple tricks. In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to know to get on season 2 of Beast Games. I'll break down how to make the perfect audition tape, share insider secrets to help you beat the odds, and even how to train for the unknown challenges on Beast Games. Why take my advice? Well, I used to work on TV shows like American Idol, The Price is Right, and American Ninja Warrior. And my wife was a casting producer on some of these shows. So when I applied for Beast Games, they called me back like 15 minutes after I sent in the application. Not only will I guarantee your spot on season 2 of Beast Games, but later in the video, we'll also talk to other contestants and have them reveal their tips and tricks for the next season, including how they trained before going on the show. For example, when I trained for Beast Games, did I need to sit in a red circle outside of my backyard for 24 hours? No. But did I? That's none of your business, and it's kind of rude that you're bringing it up, honestly. But before training for the actual show, the most important part of this entire process is making a great audition tape. Hundreds of thousands of people applied for Beast Games last season, and only 2,000 people moved forward. Why were those people picked? Because they made a great audition video. Here are the top 10 things you need to do when making an audition video. Number 1, big energy and personality. Casting directors want people who pop on camera. They want someone that's enthusiastic, confident, and expressive. Smile, move your hands, and talk with high energy. 55% of human communication is nonverbal. Don't just stand there, move your body. Number 2, be unforgettable in the first 10 seconds. The casting department literally watches thousands of audition videos. A majority of them start with, hi, or hello, my name is Brett. Or sometimes it's just like awkward silence. Hi. You need to hook them fast. Give a bold statement or a funny line or a unique fact about yourself right away. You can tell them you made all those alien drones in New Jersey. Or maybe discuss like, how does Lightning McQueen use the bathroom? You just need the casting director who's been staring at videos for 10 hours a day to go, wait, what? Number 3, tell a great story. Don't just list a bunch of facts about yourself. Share a personal and engaging story that highlights your personality. Instead of saying, I love turtles, say, I love catching turtles and bringing them home and turning them into turtle soup. Number 4, show them why you'd be great for TV. Game shows want entertaining contestants, not just players. Show fun reactions or your ability to handle pressure. Show the casting department that you're not just here to win, you're here to entertain. Number 5, be clear on why you want to be on the show. Why Beast Games specifically? Show your passion for the show. Don't make it seem like you apply to every show you see on TV. Tell them that you love Mr. Beast and you have like a life-size pillow of him that you sleep with every single night in bed, and that's what led to your divorce. Number 6, use good lighting and look the part. Wear bright colors, use good lighting, and film higher quality videos. You don't need a good camera, you just need good light. Most of the audition videos are people in their boring, unlit bedroom with no wall decor while their parents are sleeping in the next room. Use natural light, go outside, and make sure they remember you. Number 7, show your competitive side. Game shows love people who love to win. Highlight your skills. For example, I may be slow, but I have other skills. So I might say something like, I'm really slow, but also my age is making me tired all the time. So I'll beat anybody in a sleeping contest. Number 8, keep it short and sweet. Don't just ramble like I'm doing now. Be concise, fast-paced, and cut out any filler words. If the show has any specific questions, answer them clearly. For example, if they say, how did you hear about the show? Don't say, I follow Mr. Beast around and I snuck into his house while he was sleeping one night and read his diary. Just say you found out on Reddit or something. Number 9, include a fun catchphrase or a memorable line. This isn't really required, nor do I recommend it, to be honest, but it is a really easy way to stand out. If you have a fun catchphrase like, gotta go fast, or it's a me, Mario, but probably something that isn't already used by a cartoon video game character from the 90s. Number 10, end with a strong call to action. Close your audition tape with confidence and excitement. Make sure you seal the deal. Tell them that this is the best decision that they'll ever make. Like that person on TikTok who convinced you to buy that stair stepper that you never use. Follow those 10 steps, more or less, and you'll stand out more than 95% of other audition videos. At this point, you've definitely been accepted to Beast Games Season 2. But are you prepared? I wasn't either. Technically, I'm still not prepared, but I learned a lot of stuff while being on the show. Here are 3 really important things you need to work on before going on Beast Games Season 2. Number 1, physically train. This one is hard because they don't tell you what to train for. Talking to the producers will not help you either. When they called me, they asked me like 8 times if I could swim. I thought I should practice swimming before I went on the show, but literally nobody on Beast Games went swimming swimming, so it was all pointless. Some physical training does help, but it's not what you think. While we were on Beast Games, there were a lot of physical challenges. Contestants had to pull up a 10,000-pound boulder, run after flags, pull monster trucks, and 2 contestants even had to dead hang 40 feet in the air. Sure, lifting weights can help, but the real challenge is being able to just stand and walk around for hours on end and then being able to complete a challenge. During the pillars, we were standing there like 8 hours a day between each challenge. And even before we ran during the flag challenge, we were standing there for like 3 or 4 hours pushing our way to the front of the line. So you really need to be able to stand and walk around for hours and then be able to complete a challenge at any moment. I think the best thing that people can do is go on hikes. It's something that most people can do, and it's also really good for those like slow burning endurance type challenges. It's not as clear when you watch the show because it happens so fast, but every challenge takes like hours and sometimes days to complete. Also, I would be prepared not to sleep. While we were locked up in Vegas, I got 3.5 hours of sleep in 3 days. It's not something you should really practice. Just be prepared to conserve energy for when it's needed. Number 2, mentally train. Mentally training is a big one. Not only do you need to be prepared to solve puzzles, improve your reaction time, and be pushed out of your comfort zone, but you also need to be able to adapt quickly. The farther you get into the game, the closer your relationships will build. I still talk to the friends I met on Beast Games every day, and Jimmy is very aware of the relationships being built. So you could end up betraying or be betrayed by your best friends, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it. You have to be prepared to adapt and react. Puzzles are a great way to train. Anything that helps with pattern recognition or reaction times. JT from my alliance was the only person that recognized that no 2 red briefcases were ever touching in the briefcase round in Jimmy's 2,000 contestant YouTube video. How did he do this? Well, he has this calendar puzzle that he does every morning that helps with spatial recognition. I'll put a link to the puzzle down below. Even doing simple things like stacking blocks helps, because I got eliminated on the show while we were stacking those foam blocks. I even bought the exact same blocks from the show. My 5-year-old's trying to help me with it right now, and I still can't figure it out. So if Jimmy lets me back for season 2, I really hope that there's no more kindergarten blocks. Also, there's a lot of times where you need to hit a button faster than the person next to you. There are a lot of apps that you can download that help with reaction time, memory, and just basic puzzles. I highly recommend downloading some of those before going on the show. While we were on the show, Jimmy did mention that majority of the puzzles can actually be solved by a 7-year-old. Obviously, a bunch of 7-year-olds can't pull a monster truck, but Jimmy was right that majority of the challenges can be solved by a 7-year-old. You need to stay focused and alert. Number 3, building alliances. The experience you share with other people on Beast Games is unlike anything you'll experience in your life. Everybody on the show is going through extreme stress, paranoia, or other struggles that creates this unbreakable trauma bond between everybody. You're likely gonna build lifelong relationships with people on the show, whether you like it or not. But beware of putting a target on your back. People are always looking for excuses to eliminate somebody else. If you're acting like a jerk, people are gonna have no problem cutting you loose to benefit themselves. Make friends with everybody and allow anyone into your alliance. At the same time, that doesn't mean you should trust everything that everybody says, because rumors spread like wildfire in Beast Games. There was always rumors about what the next challenge might be, and people were always making stuff up like Cybertruck or celebrity sightings. There was a rumor while we were in Canada that people started seeing John Cena, but it was obviously a rumored joke because nobody can see John Cena because he's invisible. Most of the contestants believe these rumors, but like 90% of the time, it was just a way to like throw everybody off. I have one more secret tip that I guarantee will help you on the show. But before I share that, I wanted to get some advice from other contestants. So I reached out to some other contestants on Beast Games to ask for their advice. First, we have Dino, who is this close to making it to top 10. All right, Dino, first question. Did you do anything to prepare or train for the show?
Before I went on the show, did I do any type of training? So being a firefighter for over 30 years, I stay and maintain, I'm physical fit. Granted, I am 60 years old, but as far as training before, I'm a pretty active guy. I'm on an acre of land, and so I'd climb up the hill and I'd, push-ups and sit-ups and normal cardio, type of stuff. But I've done sprint triathlons, Olympic triathlons. I've ran several marathons. I've done half Ironman. I've attempted Ironman. I like to keep it tight.
What advice do you give for future Beast Games contestants?
Wow, good question. The advice for any potential contestants. I can just speak for myself. I'm a man of my word. I wasn't about to sell my integrity. And if you folks out there have been watching the show, I was a no bribe guy from the beginning. And so there wasn't going to be any money that was going to, make me tap out. I wanted to, stay true to my integrity. So I guess my message is, stay true to yourself, and that's it.
cool, okay. Do you regret not taking the $1 million or going for the island?
Don't get me wrong, $1 million in my bank account would have looked beautiful, right? Seeing all those zeros, that's no question about that. And I'm not a rich man. I get a pension. We're comfortable. My kids are grown, but honestly, no regrets. As far as the island, when we all arrived at the island, basically, Mr. Beast had said he only wanted, out of the 60 of us, there was only 10 people that were going to be able to battle for the island. After seeing all the competitions, I think I would have did okay, but to go up against 9 of those full athletic studs, I thought, I think I'm gonna let this one pass, and so that's the reason why I didn't.
Okay, cool. Do you think that if you would have let Queen be the leader, that you would have been safe?
No, that's a good question. So the question is, we were down to the top 12, and I really didn't have a relationship with Queen or Tawana. When I turned down that $1 million, there was 4 or 5 people that were on the pink team that were there because of me. What happened was when Queen said she wanted to be captain and step down for this next go around, that's awesome. Because we needed somebody to step down as captain. I give her a fist bump and I said, go for it. You know what I mean? And so Queen steps down, and as we're all standing there, of course, Mr. Beast, he does his little, twist that he always does. And he says, I forgot to tell you, whoever steps down as captain and gets selected, you're automatically immune to go to the top 10. And so I look over my shoulder and I see Emma, Yesti, Mikey, JC. And so I thought, gosh, I had for sure 4 people I saved and possibly Gage, that might support me. So I thought back, I saw them. I didn't think twice. This is a no-brainer for me. And so I stepped down, and sure enough, I guess after I stepped down, wasn't aired on the camera, but they all went to Tawana and said, Dino just stepped down. You better step down because he's, we don't want that to happen. And then as soon as she stepped down and Jimmy started calling everybody out, I think it was Emma first. And then as he went down the line, he says, hey, didn't Dino save you? And she's all like, yeah, sorry, Dino, love you, but it is what it is. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And one after another, I had nobody backing me up. And it was pretty, it didn't feel good. I'll tell you that much. So if I didn't step down and just Queen stepped down, either way, I knew I was going to go home because there was no love there. And she's a piece of work. So.
Okay, Dino, last question. Would you go back for season 2?
Season 2. Will I go back for season 2? If I have the opportunity to go back for season 2, yes. I think as long as everything lines up on my side of the table, then I'd be more than happy, to put my application in and put myself up to the challenge one more time. I think I have a lot to offer with age, experience, integrity, honesty, and so forth. A lot of the stuff is techniques as far as, challenges and stuff like that. And so I think I can quickly think on my feet as a firefighter. You never know when the bell's going to go off, if it's going to be a flipped over vehicle with people trapped, or is it going to be a structure fire, or is it going to be a heart attack or a drowning? And so your mind's got to click on, at a second's notice. And so same thing with these challenges that we were up against. It's like, you've got to make these snap decisions and you got to figure it out. But yeah, I'd be happy to go to season 2.
Thanks, Dino, for chatting with me. I've got one more interview with a Beast Games millionaire. Let's go to his house and see what he has to say. I probably shouldn't wear this in public. I'm with Gage right now. We're gonna go get coffee and then I'll ask him questions about Beast Games season 2. Who should pay for coffee?
We could flip for it.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions.
5 questions.
5 questions. Here we go.
Brett Westgore. Let's freaking go.
Let's go. Before going on Beast Games, did you do anything to train or prepare for the show?
No.
No?
I mean, I've been in the gym all my life, and in terms of physically training, did an extra couple push-ups, I guess. I really went into it kind of ready for anything and everything emotionally, and I didn't anticipate how crazy it would actually be. I prepared in the sense where I'm ready for anything, but I didn't exclusively train for specifics. For example, you did swimming, right?
Yeah.
You did a whole bunch of things
to train. And stuff like that.
Yeah,
running.
I mean, I do that. I run, so I'm part of a run club. So I ran, I went to the gym, but other than that, no, Not really.
What advice do you have for future Beast Games contestants?
Get to know everyone. Be open to connections, relationships. Don't close yourself off, even though sometimes it's difficult if you're introverted to kind of stay in your own lane and try to like be to yourself. Do not. Make sure that you're making connections and friends with people. It will benefit you more than you realize down the line.
What is the biggest mistake that you saw people make on the show?
In terms of likability, being too cocky, being too arrogant, it seems like a lot of people that put themselves first kind of went out too fast. At least in the game that we played, you know, every game is different, but I would say not being humble enough was the biggest downfall for a lot of people.
Why did you decide to flip the coin? And what was going through your head?
There were several factors that played into that. One being I just came off of the tower challenge with the top 10 and pretty much backstabbed 3 people that I liked. So I felt like I kind of owed it, you know, to everyone to make up for that betrayal to some degree and put my like neck on the line. And it felt good for myself to be able to take that risk too. Second, I thought it was just an amazing thing to be able to say I did, to flip a coin for a potential $10 million. That's amazing. That's
I know, it's
cool.
incredible. It's crazy.
Also, winning 10 million instead of 5 would be great.
Yeah. Last thing is would you go back to season 2?
Absolutely. I think it would be an incredible experience, and I enjoyed every. Well, no, I didn't enjoy every bit, but it was life-changing, and I think from everyone that I've heard that was a part of it, well, not everyone, but most of the people that I enjoyed spending time with, they could say the same thing. They said that it was an incredible experience. So yeah, if Jimmy invited me back, I would be more than happy to take that offer. I don't know to what degree I would be able to get like further along in the game than I did. I don't think I can. It would be amazing to be able to get further than I did, but I mean, I've already won. I already won so much, and not just like in monetary value, but in like experience and relationships. So it would be hard to overtake that experience. And also, who would let me like get further along? I don't even want to say it out loud because people are going to be like, oh yeah, wait a minute. But that seems like the most obvious thing. People want to get the people out that have already won something, and I completely understand.
You're gonna have to go into season 2 with like a mustache and a beard and like glasses.
Get a full prosthetic makeup and be a different person. Okay,
I didn't write this down, but is there anything you want to promote?
Patrick and I are going to be doing a treasure hunt. Don't know how long it's going to take, but we found a book where this guy named John Collins Black wrote some clues within a book that leads to 5 treasures hidden throughout the country. We're going to try to find at least one of them. And then we're also joining Jeff and Jeremy on their ruck for Jeff's son and the cause for finding a cure for rare diseases. And then I'm playing music and writing music, and you can find all that on my YouTube and Instagram at Gage Gallagher.
That's it.
Like and subscribe. This guy is amazing. His content that he's made previously on Beast Games is like so accurate to what it was like. He's great. He's one of my really good friends that was in the game with me from the very beginning in Vegas, and he was one of the original Neon Dogs. And yeah, dude, I appreciate you so much. So thanks for asking me.
Of course, yeah, thanks. Thank you.
There you go. Now you have everything you need to guarantee your spot on season 2 of Beast Games. Hopefully they let me back on the show. I would love to compete with you guys in season 2. My last secret tip that I guarantee will help you on the show is do not talk to Jimmy's friends. Do not talk to Jimmy's friends. They are not there to help you. Nolan, Chandler, Mac, and Carl will walk up to people when they want reactions or when they think someone is close to being eliminated. If they get close to you, just tell them to go away. Do not take their advice.
Do you feel good about this?
Don't talk to me, Carl.
Hopefully this advice helps you win millions of dollars so you can quit your job and watch YouTube all day. Speaking of, make sure to subscribe because my next video is gonna be a little bit different. You'll see you soon.